Happy afternoon. It's hump day. 3:53. Again, I am going to shout out rcing and SC. He did a video, I believe, yesterday. Don't quote me because my senior ass can't remember nothing about soldering iron, the solder stuff, the flux. And I was like, you know what? I got a couple extra bucks. I'm going to Amazon Prime some shit. So I ordered it yesterday. I got myself a brand new soldering iron with a super tiny tip with adjustable little deal on here so you can adjust the temperature. I set it to 350 where he did. I ordered the stuff that he has, just a different size. And I had gotten in today some tiny LEDs, race wire. These little guys right here. I had noticed the other day when I went to go fly with the Cosby flow. And if you haven't watched or haven't figured it out, it's because of the jello. I can't even make a bad joke. I sound like an asshole. But it had broken. I threw it away. Here's the good one. So if you notice, there's 3 little chips. Little SMDs, surface mount diodes. One was missing. So I ordered a couple more. And I found some little bit brighter ones. I guess they're newer. And I soldered them on. I didn't realize that my soldering iron sucked. I really, really didn't. The tip on this thing, and it's hot, so I gotta be careful, is super effing tiny. And it's dirty. But I have a little bit of solder left on there, recommended by him. So, you'd have to put it on the pad for a sec, or the wires together, to get it to heat up, and then, however, it chemically melts it, and then it bonds. It's like marriage. It's fantastic. Well, not the marriage part. So, I have a little helpy screwdriver right here. So what I would do is I would hold it down so it wouldn't move, and then press it, and then just literally like already bonded. It already got shiny, and it hardened. Sound effects and all. And it was instant. I mean, like literally sped up my time. Not that it's a fast job by any means, or, it doesn't take forever, but it really made the difference. Again, I am no professional solder. People would pick apart my joints, but they're connected. They bonded fantastic. The solder was awesome. No weird colors. Not that, it's there. I'm no professional solderer. It works. I haven't had any of my solder joints come apart. I lied. One time, because I used some different solder one time, not on this guy, but where the motor wires connect, and I bumped a branch. It continued for about 10 seconds and then fell out of the sky. It actually broke off. It took the whole, it didn't bond, which I believe he talked about, well to the pad. So the whole solder with the tin here just broke off and left the pad clean. So that was shitty solder. But I'm super impressed. I greatly thank you, brother, for your little tech tip. It actually made a huge difference. I spent maybe $15 total for the soldering iron and some of this stuff. And it's probably the easiest. It's the smallest tipped one I've ever used. So I was able to really get in there, which is going to be great when Boo gets rebuilt. So thank you. And again, these guys put these soldering tips out there for reasons and other things because they really, really do help. And, sometimes I think we're all guilty of it. We'll see something like, solder tips or how to wire a car stereo, whatever the hell it is, and it's something that you've done, and you pass by it thinking that you wouldn't learn anything. I respect the guy, so I watched the video, and I was impressed, and it actually helped me a lot. It made a difference in how I conduct my work and how quickly and efficient, and I am very happy. So you saw the jello, the Cosby video here. This is what's left of the mount after the fact. So it's just Velcro and Velcro that I'm going to do on here. I took the foam out. The foam, I couldn't even tell you where the hell it was. The foam was ripped and not bonded properly, so it was just wiggling around. I've been watching, so I'm like, I've tried 15 different mounts and I still have a little bit of jello. And again, this kind of leads to the same tip where you kind of watch. I took some of the rubber isolators, which are right here. Let's see if I can find one in here. Nope, that's not one. There we go. Okay. It's the smallest tiny little rubber donut. Homer Simpson would not be happy about that. So I've had a bunch of these and they came in with the stack. So I went and I super softened the stack just to ensure, to try to eliminate like I said, this pink mount originally had feet on it, and I had a foam mount on it before, and there was basically no jello. And then when I put this mount on and screwed it down with, you know, the hard kind of 3D, it is 3D printed, the harder legs, the jello was astronomical. And I was trying to figure out if it was wobbling around in here. So I tried like 15 different things. Oh, got a piece broken off the back. That was from a, oh dude, that was a good crash. I have to tell you about that in a minute. But I've tried everything. Excuse me, brand new props. The tunes on it is really good. I don't see any jello in the FPV camera at all. So I tried for shits and giggles soft mounting that. I'm going to try some biprops just to see how much that change and affects the jello. And I also heard from some other gentleman's video that I can't remember, that if you have cheap little nuts on the top here, that they can be off balance and not balance themselves. So when they spin up, they're not meant for higher kV. So when they start to spin, you will get jello from that. I'll try that just for shits and giggles. I'm going to eliminate everything. All the screws are loose. In one of the flights, I didn't have these screws completely tightened, thinking I had some form of dampening using some of those rubber things, but I think the plate was actually moving, which it made more jello. So it wasn't good. But I'm going to try some biprops. I have it soft mounted. I have the legs cut off now and just the jello. I have just the crazy Velcro type shit on here, so it should make the world of difference. The motors are in good shape. There's no wiggle to them. They're all in great shape. So yeah, I have some Emax biprops, which I think I have one handy. Not the color I want. I'm hoping I can find some pink ones maybe. I got these crazy monsters, which are super awesome. I love the sound of them. They're still efficient. They got plenty of thrust. They'll work good on here. So I will try those in the pursuit. But so yeah, we did the flight, and I think that added, because there was 2 flights I did, and I just kind of mixed a minute or so of one, and then the rest was the first flight I did at Summers Mill Pond over the weekend, flying with Brian. I went up and I was doing like this wall ride against the trees. And I was like, oh, I'm going to yaw spin, but I pulled back a little bit and I kind of lost myself in it, where I couldn't figure out where the hell I was in space or in the air, and lost horizon. All I saw was blue sky. And I was thinking I was a lot lower to the ground. So instead of freaking out and punching or doing something crazy, I disarmed. And I was still 50 feet up in the air. So all I saw was, as soon as I disarmed, the quad kind of kicked back in my view. It was just pointing down, and it slammed into the ground completely upside down. So the GoPro got footage of that, and that just completely leveled what was left of the mount. But that's fine. It was just kind of like a temporary figure out. I'm going to see if I can do a flight at some point, like through cell phone dusk, of getting the race wire so you guys can see what that looks like. Even with these bright lights on, they're super bright. But again, big shout to RC and an SC. That was a pretty kick-ass little video you did, and I learned something from it. Absolutely. And that's something we all can learn from everybody, is, again, try something new, pay attention to other people. Peace out.